What is the purpose of education? Abraham Lincoln said, "The philosophy of the classroom in one generation will be the philosophy of the government in the next." Because education has such an impact on the future, the minds and hearts of our children are the constant target of countless organizations. Everyone is sure they know what is best for your children and mine. Who do you think should decide what students learn and how they are taught? Education policy isn't theoretical to me. It's not about data or test scores or which state spends the most money. It affects what I care about most, my children, their opportunities, and the strength of this country that they will inherit to raise their own families. I've always been interested in education policy, but I really started getting involved when my own children were affected by some unexpected changes to who controls what they would learn. A massive economic stimulus bill passed that gave money to reform the public school system to make things more uniform across the country. And what did these reforms bring us? As a parent, I was unable to resolve my concerns with a local teacher and school board because their power had been circumvented. As a teacher, I recognized how an overemphasis on testing took away from actual teaching. I saw the inaccuracy of grading teachers and schools by these tests, and I lobbied against that policy. I served on the parent review panel for state testing, and I know these tests would not measure the characteristics I most value in a caring mentor for my children. As a taxpayer, I was frustrated with so much money going to the administration of these reforms instead of to the classroom. Now we find ourselves in the middle of a health crisis that has impacted every aspect of our lives, forcing a dramatic change in the way schools work overnight. I think we can all agree this has been an incredibly stressful time. As difficult as it is, these kinds of crises have a way of helping us to refocus on what is most important. As the high-stakes tests and federal reports are suspended, families are more aware than ever of how they measure what makes a teacher great. Parents are seeing a little more closely what students are learning. As we've all scrambled to adapt, we are refocused on where the most critical work of learning is done, and we're reminded that education is about the individual child, not just data. I have confidence that this crisis is temporary, but I also know it will impact education moving forward. There are already top-down policies waiting in the wings. But this could be the perfect chance to review what is working and what isn't. I feel the past 10 years of research, writing, advocacy, and volunteering have uniquely prepared me for these discussions. As a state school board member, my focus will be a reduction of top-down policies. My votes will favor freeing teachers from state and federal demands that make children subservient to bureaucracies. My job will be to listen and to represent you, the parents, the teachers, and the taxpayers. Most importantly, to see in every piece of policy and every legislation the individual child we hope to serve. My name is Alyson Williams, and I would like to represent you on the State School Board in District 13.